Good morning. You already know who it is. Dads hate him. Moms also hate him. It is I, the penis eater, the eater of penis. Now that I have my Invisalign out, I'm ready to eat some penis. The penis eater is back with another video. A video that is solely purposed to upset every man over the age of 40. U2 fucking sucks. They're boring. It's a boring band. I'm sorry. Most of the bands on this list I actually do enjoy listening to. It's just I'm ranking them from like legendary to like U2 is an E tier. Rush is fucking epic. Rush rocks. Rush rocks all the cocks. One complaint I hear about Rush a lot is that their songs all sound the same. That's very true. However, you got to think about it this way. There's no other band on this list or in the universes that sounds like Rush. So a lot of their songs do sound the same. However, that sound is a very unique sound. A tier. The only good thing to come out of Canada. I don't really listen to Sublime. I'm sure everyone that has played in a cover band has played Santeria, including myself. I'm gonna put Sublime at a solid B tier, because kind of like Rush, there's not a lot of guys that can replicate that sound. It's like one of their songs comes on and you know it's Sublime immediately. I like that song about rape. The Beatles. I can see why people love the Beatles, and I can also see why people hate the Beatles. The thing is, the only reason people dislike the Beatles is because they think they are overrated, which is not a real fucking word. If people like the band that much, it's not overrated. That's you having an opposite opinion. Yes, the Beatles do have some boring music. However, in 1960, whatever the fuck, that shit wasn't boring. You gotta think about it that way. At the time, that shit was pretty crazy. I'm gonna put Beatles in B tier for Beatles. Alice in Chains. Probably my favorite 90s grunge band. Alice in Chains' vocal harmonies are some of the best, in my opinion. They're not like complex or anything, but they're just cool. They're cool sounding. They're very unique sounding, and it's hard to make vocal harmonies sound unique. They also just have some really deep and emotional songs. Let's put them in A tier. Fuck it. I see Aerosmith. It's just kind of like, yeah, it's rock music, I guess. Their songs just never pop out at me. This is my opinion, by the way. It's my opinion. You're not gonna fucking change it. Their songs just don't pop out at me. I'm not very into Aerosmith. Shut the fuck up. No one cares. No one cares about my opinion. No one cares about your opinion either. This is how we live on this planet. Okay, we're all gonna die soon anyway. Aerosmith is in D tier for death because we're all gonna die. Every one of us. You're pretty close to it, actually. You're much closer than I am, unless I get in a fucking motorcycle accident or something, which could happen. I'm just gonna do this one now, because it's the exact same thing, AC/DC. My exact opinion on Aerosmith, same thing for AC/DC. And it's not that it's bad music, it just gets a little bit boring. Because similar to like Rush, all their songs sound the same. However, it's more basic music. I'm not trying to talk shit about AC/DC. I realize how iconic they are. I understand why people like AC/DC. I do. They're hard-hitting, heavy rock music. You know what? I'm gonna bump AC/DC to C tier just because of how iconic they are. They've made such a name for themselves, and I think that in and of itself is very impressive. So AC/DC is in C tier. Kiss is probably the most merchandised band of all time. Their look is iconic more than any other rock band on this list. Everyone knows what Kiss looks like, even young fertile men like myself. A good portion of their songs are actually very good, like Detroit Rock City and Love Gun. Then you got their other songs that are just kind of cringe, so we'll put Kiss in C tier. I think that's a solid opinion on Kiss. I think C tier is right where they're at. Motley Crue. I really could have just ranked every hairband as the same, because they're all the fucking same. I didn't want to do that though, because there are a few that do stand out, to me at least, and that's like Def Leppard, Motley Crue, maybe Whitesnake, even though I didn't put Whitesnake on this list. So I'm gonna rank them accordingly. However, I can't just put every fucking hairband down here. Motley Crue makes very fun music, very fun, dirty music, talking about pussy, partying, sex, drugs, pussy, all of the above. I'm not a big hairband guy. It's just not something I'm gonna turn on when I need some inspiration for writing or something. However, I do think that Motley Crue made some good music. I think they get a solid B tier. As a hairband, I think they're good. Let me tell you something about the Chili Peppers. Chili Peppers are the reason that I got into music. Chili Peppers and Metallica. Thing about the Chili Peppers, you look at a lot of these old bands, especially guys like Aerosmith, they kind of lost it. You could tell they were putting out music just for their fans, their diehard fans to listen to, so everyone can say, look, Aerosmith is still putting out music. And all it is just kind of like ballads and kind of softcore shit compared to their younger selves. The Chili Peppers, they'll put out an album nowadays and they'll sound like a new band. You know what I mean? Like The Getaway from 2016. That's a fucking... It doesn't sound like they've been playing since the 80s. It really feels like the Chili Peppers have just constantly been in their prime. And again, kind of like Rush, there's no one else on this list that can replicate that sound. Maybe Sublime could, but their singer died, so... Iron Maiden. Now, this is a tier list for dads. Music your dad listens to. This is my personal dad's band. He's not in Iron Maiden. This is just his, like, favorite band. So I grew up on Iron Maiden. I will say, I like music that grooves. I like a funky beat. I like something that you can either headbang to or get a little groovy and, you know, do the cha-cha slide to or something, you know what I mean? Just dance around a little bit. Iron Maiden doesn't really have that. They're more about speed and melody. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because their melodic skills are fucking insane. So they definitely make up for not having a groove just with their melodic skills. I think Iron Maiden gets a solid A tier. I don't know if you guys have ever played in a band before, but you gotta understand, the more people in your band, the harder it is to keep the sound tight, especially having more than one guitar player. They have 3, and they sound tight as shit live. Creedence. Creedence is one of the best producers of Vietnam music. Their songs come on and you just feel like you're in the fucking jungle. And you got people in the trees. Oh shit, Vietnamese boys in the trees. They're in the trees, god damn it. Creedence is a solid A tier for me. I fucking love Creedence. I got a lot in A tier. I need to do something that I hate now. Tom Petty. This is all supposed to be bands. I didn't want any solo acts. However, I kind of just put Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers on here just to talk shit. I've never liked Tom Petty. It's boring music. I'm sorry. It's very boring music. Free falling. Shut the fuck up. No one cares. Okay? Free fall into a fucking volcano. You fucking sack of shit, Tom Petty. Make some better music. I don't hate Tom Petty. I just don't like his music. Now we'll go to Eagles. because Eagles are Tom Petty, but actually good. Eagles makes very cool music. I feel like any Eagles song is good. They don't have, like, bad songs. It's a vibe. You vibe to their songs. One of the vibiest bands on this list, I do dare say. And by the way, it's not the Eagles, it's Eagles, because they're fucking stupid or something. I don't know. I'm losing my mind at this point. I made this too long. I put too many bands on this. Nirvana, very similar band to the Beatles. Not in sound, but the way that people respond to them. It's like either people fucking love them or they heavily dislike them. I equate Nirvana to hip-hop in a way, because the people who dislike Nirvana are the same people who dislike hip-hop because it's simple. Until you really dive deep and see that the lyrics are where the talent is. It's not in the music. The talent doesn't have to be in the music or the instrumentals. It can be in other aspects, like the lyrics. Kurt Cobain was a masterful lyric writer, similar to guys like Biggie or Kendrick Lamar. This is how I'm equating it to hip-hop right now. Nirvana, it's similar to, like, fucking Aerosmith or Tom Petty in the way that you turn on a fucking rock station and it's Nirvana playing, and you're just like, I've heard it too many times. You're playing the same fucking 5 songs. I'm tired of it. It's not boring music. It does get boring after a while, though. I do like Nirvana, though. I do respect them. I do understand why they should be respected as musicians. Green Day should have broken up in 2009. Def Leppard's pretty cool. I've seen them live at least 11 times, because they come to Atlanta, like, twice a year, and their tickets are like $30 fucking. It's like, okay, you want to go see Def Leppard tonight, babe? Yeah, fuck it, let's go see Def Leppard. Queen, I fucking love Queen, man. There's not an aspect of Queen that I don't love. I'm one of those cringy band kids when it comes to Queen. It's the opposite of Rush and AC/DC, where like all their songs sound the same. Every Queen song sounds different, and I fucking love that shit. I feel like that's an aspect that rock bands should incorporate. And even though all their songs sound different, somehow you just always know it's a Queen song playing. It's effortless talent. That's the only way I can describe Queen, is talent. And for that reason, I would say Queen is our first S tier. Fleetwood Mac is pretty cool. They're vibey, kind of similar to the Eagles. Fucking C tier. I don't know. Rolling Stones, it's like, yeah, it's rock music. Cool. Rock music. Fuck it. Rock on. C tier. Lynyrd Skynyrd. Yeah, it's a Confederate flag. It stands out on the black background. I'm a design guy. I'm not a racist. I'm just a design guy. I grew up in the South, right? I grew up in Georgia. This shit is fucking culture down here. Lynyrd Skynyrd is everywhere. And I fucking love Lynyrd Skynyrd. I do. I don't know why. I always have, though. Their music just screams, I'm an outlaw. I'm running from the police. Or, you know, it also screams, I hate black people. But that's not the point. Sadly, they kind of laid out the groundwork for a lot of modern country, which sucks. But still, that doesn't mean they're a bad band, obviously. Lynyrd Skynyrd's a B tier. The one thing I will say is some of their songs just kind of drag. Like, let's say Tuesday's Gone. It's a great song, but it's 8 minutes long or something like that. And it's kind of just the same thing repeated. You could have shortened that, Van Sant brothers. You can't now, because you're fucking dead. Should have took some flying lessons. You fucking hicks. ZZ Top is Lynyrd Skynyrd with beards. ZZ Top songs give off the exact same energy as Lynyrd Skynyrd, but they manage to have a different sound, which I think is cool and impressive. Guns N' Roses is a slightly better Aerosmith. I would put him in C tier, but can we agree on something real quick? What do you guys think about Axl Rose? I think he's a great singer, but he's also a little bitch. He's a little bitch. He's a bitch. He won't shut the fuck up. I'll give you something you dads can relate to. Axl Rose is Justin Bieber. of his time. He's a little bitch. I would honestly say Justin Bieber is better because he got better. He found God. Axl Rose is still a little bitch. And he looks like a fucking grandma. Because of that, the fucking Guns N' Roses gets a D tier. Rage Against the Machine is cool because they successfully incorporated hip-hop with hard rock. Everyone else just sounded cringe when they would do that. Rage Against the Machine, I'd put an A. I fucking love Rage Against the Machine. You can tell there's a formula in with how these bands named themselves. You pick a color and then a word. There you go. Magenta Pussies. That's my band. Deep Purple. I was so deep in your mom, that bitch turned purple. Deep Purple is pretty fucking rad. I really like the way they kind of incorporated classical elements into rock. Kind of established how a lot of metal musicians write today. Metallica is the gateway into listening to metal, I feel like. I'm gonna throw Metallica in C tier, and here's why. You probably already know why. It's like they sold out, which I don't really care if a band sells out. However, they did it in the worst way possible. They made softer music, but it was bad. And then they completely rebounded and made really bad heavy music. I'm gonna bump Metallica up to B tier. Just because I don't want to put them under Motley Crue because of the feud between Metallica and Motley Crue. I think Metallica's a little better. I'm going to bump Motley Crue down to C tier. Are you happy now, Metallica fans? I don't want you to hurt me. Please don't hurt me, Metallica fans. I'm sorry. You scare me. Van Halen, you can just look at it as Eddie. What else is interesting about that band? But as a guitar player, I have to put Van Halen in A tier. Eddie laid out the groundwork for, like, shredding and how to play guitar fast and make it actually sound good, you know? Pink Floyd. You guys know this already. I fucking love Pink Floyd. It's probably my favorite band of all time. If we're talking about, like, mainstream bands, Pink Floyd's the top. I've never gained more inspiration for writing than I have from Pink Floyd. And that's not to... that shouldn't dictate if a band's good or not if you gain inspiration from them. But this tier list is my opinion. Pink Floyd is an S tier. Everything about Pink Floyd is genius. It's the musicianship, the lyric writing. I like the meme that it's like Pink Floyd be like, "We live in a society," 8-minute guitar solo, because that's so fucking true. Oh my god, guys, it's so fucking true. You guys gotta understand that I could ramble on Pink Floyd for 2 hours if I had to. Their songs are more like paintings in sonic form. That's a good way to look at them. I'm losing my fucking mind right now. Boston, you don't hear a lot about Boston, but Boston is absolutely rad. Especially their debut album, Boston. Boston is an A tier. They're a very well put together band. Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin has probably the most fun songs to play on any instrument. I love diehard Led Zeppelin fans because they will fucking defend this band to the death. Oh, Led Zeppelin ripped off all their songs. Oh, everyone did that at the time. Jimmy Page was a fucking pedophile. Oh, everyone did that at the time. I've done that. Led Zeppelin does have good music, and I think they did do the songs a lot better than the original songs. However, I'm gonna throw them in C tier just because of all the controversy. It's a neutral tier. It's right in the middle. There you go. The Dead, the Grateful Kind. This is a funny one because people are either die-hard Grateful Dead fans or they just don't get it. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm kind of that second one. I think it's because I haven't fried my brain with mushrooms yet, but I'm getting there. So get back to me in about 2 years after I Sid Barrett myself, and I'll have a better opinion on the Grateful Dead. I understand why people like them. I do. I'm completely unbiased on them. If I was to listen to one of their songs right now, I would throw them in D tier. I'm very sorry, Deadheads. I know this is like a religion to you. I'm sorry. These are my opinions. It's my video. Fuck you. Eat my ass. It's dirty. It has shit in it, and I would love for you to eat it. Sabbath, in which is black. Just think about the time. Okay, there was like the Beatles. There was a lot of happy music and a little bit of sad music, right? There was no scary music. There was no horror-themed music. And Black Sabbath was like, there needs to be scary music. So they made scary music, and it kickstarted metal as we know it today, and I think that is fucking cute. There are at least 1,000 bands that would say the reason we're playing this type of music, metal, is because of Black Sabbath. And that's fucking rad. So Black Sabbath, I think, is a solid S tier. And even with them being that inspirational, they have a very unique sound. If you look at Ozzy, he's probably one of the most unique sounding singers of all time. This is the final list. As you can tell, I'm a pretty neutral person. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Am I speaking with Mr. Sampson?
Yes, you are. Oh yeah, by the way, I know this is a very dumb video for me. I'm working on bigger videos, and I don't know when I can have those out. It's gonna be a while. So I just was like, fuck it. Tier list. Goodbye. You're gonna go far, kid.